welcome.
Live.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life.
Y'all manifest that shit.
Shift your mind.
Shift it.
And raise the consciousness type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I am Mia.
And I am Christy, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour. Or so.
We'll see.
We'll see how we're feeling. All right, so last week's episode, we talked about just how we are navigating in just life in general, especially in today's current affairs, things that are happening. We'll just say the V word.
The stuff.
The stresses.
Being a spiritual being in this. You know what I'm trying to say.
Because sometimes it's hard. It's like, Mia she does it all the time. Like, I don't want to be. I don't want to do it.
This is too much.
And sometimes I'm the same way. Like, I think more recently I've just been, I'll check out. But then I also realized, and I think I mentioned this in the episode too, is that I also realized that we are living this human experience for a reason. And so it's not always beneficial. And I think that's another topic we can talk about too, is the whole toxic positivity. Because that's another thing too. Like there are some people that are like, oh, only light and love, blah blah blah, no bad vibes here. But the thing is, like, as far as it's being human, it's not a bad thing. And I think, sometimes you can be extra spiritual or super spiritual where it's like, well, I don't want to live in this existence and but that doesn't do us any good because we're here for a purpose. Like we each have a purpose to fulfill. And so that's something that I've been working with too, is just like, Christy, you're here for a purpose. You are human. You are in this space for a reason. Yeah, so enjoy it. Enjoy it.
How about I say what? I mean, yes, it gets rough, but finding ways to get back to enjoying, understanding, yes, I'm here for a purpose and I chose to be here. Mm-hmm. I just remember talking about how empowering it is to be reminded that I came here with a purpose and a reason that I chose.
Yep. That,
in my highest self. So yeah, that's what we talked about last week. Okay, so
what are we talking about today?
So you guys, today is we're recording on our 1 year anniversary. This will be a year that we started.
Can you believe that?
No.
And
we have a gajillion episodes.
I know. It's good, but
we took just a few weeks off, like during the holidays, and then when we went on some vacations, But wow. So we decided to talk about.
Thank you guys for following and listening.
Oh yes, we're so grateful. We're really, really for real grateful.
Cheers.
So this episode, let's cheers to that. Tink, 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 tink. So this episode, we decided we are going to talk about. We're going to recap the year. We're going to kind of hit on a bunch of different topics that we've talked about over the time.
Wow.
So for people who are listening to this on the podcast Friday from one of your podcast platforms, we're actually recording this live. So if you go to our Two Queens and Crystal Things page, you'll be able to listen to this via a video. Mm-hmm. So on our IG page. So if you care to later, please do. Okay, so and you guys, my birthday was yesterday.
Yes.
Mama turned 44. She is happy.
40 and fine. She turned 45.
40? What? Yes.
45.
Yes. Can we? What?
And you can keep that for 45 too.
I'm still keeping it. It's mine. Where's it going? I'm not giving it up.
Our favorite Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, my mother's my favorite Cancer. She's July 7th.
What you gonna do for your mommy's birthday?
My father wants to go sailing, so we'll see.
Love it.
Yeah, he has a friend who has a sailboat, and my mother loves the water. And I realized, like, when he mentioned that, he was like, I don't know how you feel about the water. I'm like, you don't know how I feel about the water.
I'm ready.
Look at where I live. So, anyway, your birthday, it was a wonderful affair. It was so nice. It was really nice. Like, it felt, like, magical. It was
I hosted a garden party for all ladies. And, it was fun. It was fun.
And I usually don't like social events. But no, it was cool. Like
My mom was there.
She is goals. Like that is. She is me and I am her. Like that is what I aim to be in like in the next 20, 30 years. Like
we had a really good time. And I'll say it felt really good to be able to be with friends and feel celebrated and celebrate other women and introduce, women from all different places and sectors in your life and bring everybody together.
Send Danielle my number, please.
Gotcha.
Okay. Sorry.
So we had a good time.
Yeah.
But this is around the time that we started Two Queens last year. So I feel like it's a good time to just kind of recap and get ready.
It is absolutely. Like I think this was perfect.
Yes.
So as far as like how we create the episodes, it's pretty informal. It's like, okay, well, is there a topic or something that you feel very strongly about? Is there like maybe something came through during your meditation? Mm-hmm. But it's pretty informal, and we decided today that it's like we'll just talk about actually this was her idea to recap on the episodes, and I thought that was a great idea, and we actually have a lot of content to go through, and there's actually more. Like we have stuff that we haven't even shared, we haven't even talked about. So so when we talked about Two Queens and Crystal things initially,
yes.
Where did you envision it? Like where did you see it? Like did you think that we would get to this point? Not saying that we've arrived anywhere, but do you think like we'd be this consistent?
No. I think, man, Christy,
Did you think
I think
it was crazy?
Well, I did think you were crazy, but I thought it was honestly. I didn't think anybody would listen, so I was just like, forget it. I might as well go ahead and be transparent, be. Right? I'm like, nobody's gonna listen to this. I'm like, it's
They're
fine.
not gonna know my secrets.
Honestly, doing this has really helped me open up a lot more. I don't think I realized how how private I can be. So this kind of forced me to talk personally about my stuff. So I thought it was something we would do, and I didn't know I was going to look forward to it so much. I didn't know how much I was going to enjoy it.
Right.
What about you?
So honestly, I didn't know who would listen to it, but I knew that it needed to be done. So like this was something that came, like the whole podcast thing came to me when I was meditating, because I was going through a spiritual awakening, and there were things that I didn't understand, and I had a lot of questions about, and I made Mia. I was like, you're going to be my mentor. So she worked with me for a while privately. And then afterwards, I just, like during one of my meditations, I was like, what, this is something that I think a lot of people could benefit from, because you don't really have too many people that you can talk to. So during my meditation, my guy said, talk to Mia, see if she'd be willing to partner with you. I was like, shit, I don't know. Like, she's going to say, at first I was like, because I will admit, and I think I've shared this with you before, like I held you at a very high level, like great respect. You were like you were like my men, like I still hold you at very high regard.
Oh,
but
so sweet.
But I was just like, shit, I gotta talk to her about this. And so I just asked, and you said,
I was like, yeah. You're like, for real? Like, you just said this, and you're like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, as I was saying it, I swear, my brain was going, what are you doing? You're saying yes. You're about to be telling people. And I was like, yeah. I think it was divinely guided. Oh, you guys gotta remember, this was during COVID.
It was during COVID. Yes. It was during COVID. So I honestly didn't know I didn't even know that you would say yes. I just knew that this was information that a lot of people could benefit from, because I was like, I know I'm not the only crazy person out here. I know I'm not the only one that has these questions.
You're like, nope, I know it. I know it.
But then once more people started to listen and pass the information on, even to this day, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
By how many downloads.
So we're having a good time.
Yeah.
So I think, let's do this. In our first episode, we talked about, we kind of introduced ourselves, right?
We did. how we got here.
We talked about our journeys, and we do have significantly more people listening from that.
Yes, we do.
First episode. So,
dang, I came out like that with labradorite. I just said, bam, boom. I didn't even
because it is real fast.
I didn't even try and like creep in quartz.
We did. So, let's say, where would you say that you are in your journey compared to where you were a year ago?
When we first started. So I will say that I have more confidence. Like I trust my intuition more. I still second guess myself, and I think that's just natural. Being human. I still second guess myself, but now I am more confident and I trust my intuition more. Before I did not. I was constantly like, well, is it? Should I? I don't know. Let me ask my pendulum. Or let me ask Mia to pull some cards. But I mean, I think that's about it. Like I'm more confident. I feel I'm more solid. I mean, of course I'm still a consistent work in progress, but
would you say over the year, just in terms of your personal practices, any changes in your awareness and your perceptions of life? You know what I mean? Is there any? Would you say you had any moments where any major epiphanies over the last year?
That's a good question. I will say yes. And the epiphany that I had is I am the driver of this vehicle.
Come on now.
I am a sovereign being. So if I say no, then it's...
But let me tell you something. My friend who's pregnant, you know who I'm talking about. We were talking about, you know how when you were a kid, we were raised to, say your prayers at night. She was talking about the prayers that she's going to teach her daughter. I was like, damn it, I wish I knew what I knew now when I was raised, when I first had my daughter. She's like, she going to learn I am. She said her prayers will be, I am a sovereign being.
Yeah.
I am source. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, so when you
she
said
is already empowering that child, but yeah,
like from the these are the prayers you're going to say.
And it took me 45 years to get here,
girl.
But yeah, that I am a sovereign being.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things, like, and just the power of choice. Those have been the best. Those have been like the two best things for me this year that have been epiphanies. Not just like in terms of like my mindset, but physically too. Like it has manifested physically.
Hey, sorry, I was Devette Renee. Hey, girl.
Hi, Devette. Oh, I know her. Thank you for saying hi.
Mrs. Positivity. Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Oh, I know Mrs. Positivity too.
Yes.
Hey, all the way to ATL. I'll be there in September.
I'm loving this. Okay. She said, hey. Okay. So, for me, over the past year.
Yeah.
I would definitely... You know what? It's not confidence. I'm going to back that up. Faith in me.
Faith.
My faith is...
Yeah.
And
trust.
I'm not...
Yeah.
You know what? I am... you would... It's so funny. Between the two of us, if people met us, they would think that, that I wouldn't be as disciplined as I am when it comes to my spiritual practice. Like, y'all, if I ask my team something... My spiritual team, if I ask my guys...
Girl, they write you a whole novel.
They're very specific with me. So I feel like it would be, disrespectful to my ancestors and to the team that I put together not to be disciplined when they tell me. And that's why sometimes, y'all, this is real, because I know me. Sometimes I won't ask because I know when I ask, because the relationship that I've cultivated with my team, that I'm going to get the answer. So sometimes when I know I'm not ready, I might not be ready for the answer. I might want to play a little bit. Because I'm like, like, okay, if I ask my mama if I can go, I know she's going to tell me no. You know what? Forget it. I'm just going to go. And if I get caught, I'll deal with that. Right. But if I ask and then go, that's just mad disrespectful. So I'm just going to shut the hell up. So, but that type of relationship that I've cultivated with my team, and just faith in myself. So when I get down to I mean, oh my goodness, girl, that over the past year, and when I get down to it, this is my major epiphany, and I think I talked about this in one of the episodes. When I feel like everything is just going to shit, I remind myself, you created this.
Yep.
Trust in your creation. You know good and damn well it don't end like this, sis. You know that you put this in place. You just dramatic. You got a flares for the dramatic. You like up and down. It's like I've had like 8 climaxes and fallbacks in my life story. But when I remind myself of that, I know, and this too shall pass, because this is not how I ended this. I'm just in the middle of something right here. This is a time, and that's that faith and trust in me, knowing that in my highest self as a divine being, in my I am presence, I created this with a purpose,
right?
With a tribe, with lessons, and then I remind myself that anybody or situation that comes into your life is for a reason that you set it up for.
Right. Now you said something, I don't remember which episode, but it was along the lines of you created this, but you said something like you haven't come this far to fail, like you would never set yourself up to like fail. That. So I actually said that to a client over the weekend. She's one of my clients, and she had an emergency, and she was like, "Can we talk right away?" And she said, "Can you ask your pendulum a couple questions?" And then she, and I told her, I said, you need to have faith in yourself and trust yourself. You are the one that you set the temperature in the room, no one else but you. And I said, you have not taken yourself this far to fail now. And it made me think about you. That's good stuff. That's some good stuff right there.
But that's why when I say, we talked about knowing your purpose. That's why I say when I do my mentoring or my spiritual coaching people, I only go so far, in time, because it's not about bringing someone to honor me and what I know. All I'm doing is awakening you to what like this is. It's not like, oh, I'm the overlord. What? Right. It's like,
here are the tools.
We're about to do this. Right. It's time to wake up. And so you release. That's why I say I'm an awakener. Like you said, it's like you can trust yourself, sweetheart. Like you know that you did this, and some I feel like I'm for like the reformed paper dolls, the those of us who followed the system and the rules and everything that we thought that was supposed to be the end all be all, and we accidentally stepped out the matrix. And we like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And we're in that space, and I got some questions. Yeah. I saw behind the curtain, and the Wiz is Richard, right?
Right.
Like what had happened though?
How come he's a little person?
Yes. So I that trusting yourself. Yeah. And so when we're living in a world where people know who they are and the power that they have to manifest this beautiful world, and are not giving up their energy and are speaking truth into their life, I am a sovereign being, and I have authority over my aura, my energy, my field, my spirit, my
and
soul,
all of us, like journey, we all need to remember that. We all need to remember that.
Manifest your life.
Shift your mind, right? And I think we forget that too. Like we forget that we have the power, and it's like it's almost like that's the whole purpose. Right, society puts us in a situation where we are programmed to believe that we don't have the power. We have to go through a third party to access source, when in reality we are part of source. Again, we've talked about that. You bring down the shades and you open up the shades, and that stream of that light comes in. Even though the light is broken up through the shades, it is still coming from one source. We are part of that source.
Where's the wine? Sorry. Christy, move the wine bottle for some reason.
No, it's over here.
I can get it. I'm closer.
All right, so I know we're not going to go through every episode.
No. I was just...
Okay. Because we could sit here and talk.
Baby.
All night.
No, baby.
All night. All right, so the first episode... And my gummy is kicking into.
Hey.
So the first episode we talked about ourselves. Yep. Okay. So what was your favorite episode?
Oh wait, let me look at the list real quick. Wait a minute.
This is season 1.
Okay, can we do top 3? That's what we should do. We'll do top 3 because that's
You know which one is mine.
I'm like, forget you, Chrissy. Okay. Ooh. Okay. In season 1, I think I might have 2.
I actually have a couple in season 1.
Damn, me too. We have to revisit some of these topics.
We should.
Okay. Damn, I mean, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Spirituality and relationships was a
that was good. Yeah.
So good. We had to do a part 2.
Yes, we did do a part 2.
That was I really enjoyed that, and I think because oftentimes, relationships might be a part of what sets what sets off people's spiritual journey. Either the relationship is so beautiful that it allows you to know more of yourself and to grow within yourself, or it's a trauma trigger.
I've had trauma.
See, what I said first was aspirational for me. That's what I aspire to in a
trying to be
relationship.
positive.
Right. So I'm just like, but honestly, there are people in relationships that they didn't choose to learn that type of lesson that way. It's a more beautiful reception. I obviously chose for some smack.
But I wouldn't change it. That's
my God.
I would not change it for the world. Like when I think back, because now I'm officially out of my second marriage. So the first marriage taught me how strong I am. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think I was that strong. Second marriage taught me that I need to stop hiding from myself. So I do feel like but maybe that's also me looking from a different lens, but I do feel like there were lessons that I had to learn from those relationships. Otherwise, I would not be here today.
Absolutely.
So I don't...
No.
But I will say, so in my current relationship, I think this space has helped me because I will step back before I snap. Well, not snap. Like, I'm not the snapping type of person, but I will step back before I speak or I share my feelings. So I think that's helped me in that way.
But I will say, that's why I said it could come either way.
Yeah.
I do think that it's clear that there's been maturity, in yourself and in your journey, and you're in a relationship that allows you space to do that.
Right.
Like I wasn't being facetious. I really believe.
No, I know
both.
you were.
As I said, I aspire to the first.
But I will say,
but my experience thus far has been the latter.
So I will say, outside of this space, if you were to ever tell me that I would be cool with my ex-husband's wife or girlfriend, I'd be like, the hell I'm not. Who you? Blah, blah, blah. But now I'm just like, well, why not? Like, I want to get to know this person. Why not?
Yeah.
So I definitely think there has been a shift as far as me being in the space and really working on my own shit. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, I would have, like, my whole mindset would have been completely different. So spiritual relationships is yours.
Yeah, that's one.
Is that number 1 or number 3?
Wait, hold on. Just give me 1 second.
Girl.
You know I have a touch screen.
She has a touch screen and she likes to touch the screen on my Mac.
Right, and you're like, that's not doing anything.
So you guys, I'm doing this for sound, because I'm lazy.
Wait, hold on. I think. Wait. Just give me 1 second. I can tell you. Hold on. Woo! No! Chrissy, come on. This is too hard.
Let's do top 3 for season 1 and then top 3 for season 2.
Okay, go back to season 1. Okay, then that's not 1. That's 3.
3. Okay.
Okay. So what about yours?
So my number 3 is going to be.
Thank you, Devette. Sorry, guys. We're again. If you're listening to this on Friday, we are recording live today on. Yeah, let me remind. We are recording live on IG. So if you hear me thanking people as they're saying these wonderful, they're commenting. So if you hear me thanking people, it's because we're thanking people who are sending us a little note on IG. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to say number 3 is forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, damn.
Forgiveness was good, and not just forgiveness of other people, but forgiveness of self. That was actually a really good episode, and I think that particular episode that one stuck out for me because I had to go through a period of forgiving myself. I'm still going through a period of forgiving myself in certain areas. Mm-hmm. So that would be my number 3.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
Do you remember that episode?
Oh yeah, I remember forgiving.
Did we cry or no? Oh, your nail colors.
Right.
Salmon pink.
I picked the dip this time, the powder dip.
You know, salmon pink is, you know.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, we got distracted. Wait, what?
Forgiveness.
When I think about the stuff that I went through and forgiveness of self, girl, it was the self-forgiveness.
That was the hardest one. Whew! It's so, and I don't know why we do this. We can easily. Ooh, let me tell you. So I went through a physically abusive relationship. It was easier for him. It was easier for me to forgive him than it was for me to forgive myself.
Ooh, I mean, like when we talk about doing the work, because you know how people say, "Oh, I'm so glad." Look, well, people say all the time, "You gotta do the work. You gotta do the work." When I say self-forgiveness is such a huge part of doing the work, because forgiveness takes acknowledgement. Especially when we're talking about self, and none of us are. None of us are.
You fucked up,
right?
You made bad decisions, because we never want to admit like that was a really fucked up decision. Like I know my shit.
Right? I was like,
I know it.
You fucked up for that. Oh my god, girl.
I know my shit. You don't have to tell me. I know it.
I know.
And I will admit, but I will say that self-forgiveness was the hardest thing for me. Because then at that point you are admitting to yourself like I failed you. You know, like, and that is hard.
Pick up this shit and hit you, baby. That hurt. Admitting to yourself. You're saying to you, I failed you. Ooh.
It hurts. I didn't put you first. I put someone else first, and I've been in that situation. And I'm sure we all have. We've been in situations where we are putting other people before ourselves, and having to step back and center yourself and actually have that realization, like, okay, I forgive you for not choosing you every single time, because there are so many situations where I did not choose myself. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on it. But
no, I mean, it is something to work on. Like, no, seriously, I think being comfortable, because we all know how to do. We know how to make a choice. Yeah. When we don't choose ourselves, you made a fucking choice. So we know how to make the choice, but being comfortable with choosing you, here's the part. Choosing you above everything else and at the expense of everything else because you are most important, that's difficult to get comfortable with.
It is, but why?
Because we have been taught to believe that helping, the way to enlightenment, the way to being closer to God is to sacrifice yourself for others.
That is true.
And that's not what... Girl, look, I'm like, don't even get me started. That's not, we didn't set up our journey to sacrifice yourself for others.
Right. And that goes back to, like, because you're spiritual, you have to be poor, you have to, like, live off the land, or well, no, I mean, you can be spiritual. And again, this is because we talk about duality.
Right.
We talk about embracing both sides, so you can be spiritual and you can like nice things. Like, we are here in human form, so why not enjoy all of the perks of being human? Like, why not? And
you can be, and let's just even, I don't want to say woke. No, I mean, if I'm not saying spiritual, like, let's just even be take it a little further. Being aware of the fact that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. I think even having that specific, like, I understand.
I agree.
That's it makes you move through life a little different because
it does,
because you understand. And this when people talk about, immortality, and we say like I live forever, not necessarily in this body, but the spiritual being that you are that is inhabiting this body, this form that we chose for this time, that lives forever. Yeah. Okay, so what's it was my turn for chapter.
So what's your number 2?
Okay. Ooh,
I'm surprising myself on this one.
Right? Okay. Seeking love and a new awareness. Damn, I'm on 2. That's actually kind of 2 relationship like this. So this one for me was because I think in a new awareness why I haven't really pursued for real dating yet as of yet. Now she's
ready.
Shit, I just turned my magnet on.
Right.
She's ready. It's a big rainbow behind me.
Be careful what you ask for.
Wait, not that. Wait, that's not what I meant. Jeez.
No, I'm just saying relationships. Relationships
yes.
are relationships.
No, I've been very clear. I'll be super clear. I know exactly what I'm.
Let me tell you, her guides. When I did some energy work on her guides gave me an opportunity to just like, I was able to see her the way that they see her, and they
love me.
Oh my gosh, like the way that they talk to her and treat her and give her information, it is redunculous.
Asking you shall receive.
Man,
that was one of my first messages I ever got when I heard very clearly and understood that it was just like, what you want to do? I mean, they were just like, it was like
specific.
Ask. And I'm like, okay, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't play them games yet. But I was, and that's why they got the right one. But I was like that before, even just in life. You know how, and we do this in relationship, if we think something about the person that we're with is cheating on us, right? And we ask, but if they say, yeah, I am, we're going to be super fucked up. So it's like, you know what you know. And so, do I really need you to confirm what I freaking know? Because now I got to deal with the hurt. That's like a double hurt.
My mother always told me, if you don't want to find the truth, do not look. Because if you look, you're going to find something.
Because you need to be open to the fact that you may get exactly what you want to hear, or you may get exactly what you know is real. So, if you're looking for something, and the fact that you feel like you have to look for something to even ask the question, that means that even if they're not necessarily cheating, that means there is something astray. There's something like we're not connected. We're missing each other. We're not vibing at the same energy level, because if you're being faithful, and what I'm believing is that you are cheating on me, so that means there's some insecurities in me that I need to work on. Or you know what I mean? I
told my boo, I was like, look, if you feel at any point in time that this is not what you want, just tell me. I will be okay. I will survive.
Would you forgive if he cheated?
I would forgive.
Okay, wait, let me be clear. See, you gotta be very specific with these heifers. Okay.
Why I gotta be a heifer?
Right, I'm just saying, would you forgive and continue in the relationship? Because you could forgive somebody and just, I don't mess with you.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends, because it can go either way. I mean, it can be one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'm done. Mm-hmm. But I'm also in a situation where I don't necessarily want to be in a polygamous relationship. But my thing is, like, if you want to be with other people, just let me know. Like, communicate communicate with me, because I would rather you tell me first than to find out behind your back or behind my back. So it depends. But I would probably cut all ties. Because that's just, I don't need that. Like, I don't want that. That's not what I'm looking for right now. Right now, I need chill. Because I've gone through all the crazy stuff. I've gone through, feeling like you're walking on eggshells. I've gone through being cursed up and down, sideways, downside.
See, I'm going to be honest. If I had to choose a trauma, this sounds really stupid, but I'd rather be cursed out and all of that than walking on the eggshells. That's a different type of trigger for me. I don't like that shit. It's like, at least if you cursing and acting a damn fool, I can at least match that. But the walking on eggshells, I don't know what to do. It's like a storm is brewing inside of me, and I don't like that.
I've been through both, so I've
definitely been through both. I said, if I had to choose a trauma, but I don't choose that.
I will be alone. Like, I would rather be alone than to deal with any because again, if you are interested in someone else or you don't think that this is it, let me know.
Right?
I will be okay.
The vet said, right, just say so. Give me the option to walk away or stay.
Right.
For real. All right. Okay. So, what is your 2 from season 1?
Oh my gosh. gosh.
Guys, we had 24 episodes in season 1, by the way.
26.
26, excuse me, I lied.
26. Okay, so what was my 2? My 2 was, I'm over here looking like I'm old. My 2 was shadow work. My 2 was shadow work.
Okay.
Because I didn't understand the concept of shadow work. Again, this goes back to duality and this also goes back to the whole
shadow side.
The whole the toxicity, positivity mindset. Mm-hmm. We have good, we have bad. There is some shit that we've done in life that we need to accept and deal with. That is a part of who we are. It doesn't make it bad. It just is. And so shadow work was a new space for me because I always thought that, okay, so even though there is this dark side, I need to only acknowledge the light side or the positive side. But that's not how life works. Like, there is no duality. It's a whole. So if you think of the yin and the yang,
it exists together within the sphere.
And I didn't understand that.
If you see us as we're all, like, if you, not to get it all into it, because y'all know I get a little cuckoo with, I love this shit. Like, for real, I
do too.
So when you think about the shape of planets, why they're all spheres, like we're all beings, like if you imagine us as a sphere, like even when you look at the pyramids, if you just went around like this, took a compass and put it in the middle, it's a sphere.
Yep.
And so underneath there is a shape too. Mm-hmm. So we're just saying the top half. So
it becomes a circle.
Bam, boom, bip. So if you look at it in that way, and we see ourselves as a being, you are a sphere. So that could be that yin and yang. Think about Da Vinci and the Vesuvian Man. Mm-hmm. How he, that drawing that he did. Yep. He's showing the human as a sphere, and like what shape are our cells? Like literally the cells that I can.
Right. Yeah.
We are nothing but a sphere inside a sphere inside a sphere inside a sphere. And like when you go down to the bottom, the atom, the electron, the small, it's a freaking sphere. And so
that's facts.
Everything exists in that. So you're right. Like the way they went. So if you can't think of it's black and white, it's the same thing. That sounds crazy because you're like, no, I clearly see black and I clearly see white. We're just saying that within the sphere of your reality, it all exists and it's all the same because it's the same atom. Just think of yourself as a cell walking around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to accept both sides, and so, I think it was my Reiki training, my angelic Reiki training, where she said that duality doesn't exist because it's all just one. Mm-hmm. Just like source. Source is light, source is dark, source is source. Yes. It all exists in one. And so that particular episode was good for me. Just because that opened up a lot of things for myself. I actually did a lot of shadow work. I did a lot of shadow work in preparation for the episode. So yeah, that was my number 2.
Okay. I'd done a lot of shadow work up to that point, but I think doing that episode made me understand how important it is. Like, I really love... It's like you can't love the light sides of yourself and not love... Like, it's just because it's the same damn thing.
And you can't appreciate the dark until you don't have the light and vice versa. And so that's another thing, too. I was just like, oh, that makes...
So I get it now. I get it. Okay, so my favorite or my top episode from season 1 would be Master Yourself. That was a good episode. And I think I even probably said this in the episode
23.
I love, not to sound like this, I hope this doesn't come off egotistical because I really want people to understand this. I love the topic of myself.
I have something to say. I hope I remember it, but go ahead.
So, but I want everybody to love the topic of themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, I am confusing and magical and fun and adventurous and wild and free and conservative and all these things. So mastering all those different pieces of myself and understanding that all those different pieces of me are there for a reason, and there's a purpose for that. So even the traumas that I've gone through, that I've learned that I've healed from, there's a reason and a purpose for that. and the fact that, you know, I'm 44 and I have I still hold this childlike innocence and belief in a lot of things that as an adult should have been stolen from me, but it's still there. That's for a reason, you know. So
your Hallmark channel.
Oh, absolutely. Girl, I am a Hallmark. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a Hallmark channel queen. I do not watch the freaking news. I don't want to see that shit. I fully believe and not only believe, I don't believe like, oh, people can do that, fully believe and live, that I can manifest the world that I want to live in. And I do. And I help clients like, what do you want?
Right.
Create it. Let's talk about it. Come on, let's do it.
I do. And
I'm living in this.
It's so funny because my boyfriend would be like, it feels like I'm like, if we went through another portal or something. Mm-hmm. I'm like, mm-hmm. He's like, do your magic. I'm like, whatever. But that was actually a really good episode.
Yeah, that was. So I think, and you know, and just because I love the topic, and the more that we understand ourselves and get pulled from both sides, and you know, if you look at it from a side to side, but it's a continuum of who you are from all pieces of yourself, and accept and know that all of it is there for a reason. It allows us to be more compassionate for people that we would normally throw to the wayside.
Yep.
And you know, I've always, I don't want to be one of those type of spiritual people that once I get to this, you know, this level of new enlightenment, because you know it's a journey, that I don't want to look at the people who are not, as they would say, on your level.
No, like, not at all.
I don't. No. And so I think part of my journey is why I had to go through it like I did and didn't get to a certain point, is because they want me to remember.
Right. Yep.
What it feels like. I don't want to get all hoity-toity. Well, I'm like, fucking idiot. Okay. It's just like I know why you're there, and I know what's, you know.
Keeps you grounded.
Yeah. It keeps me grounded. So and you know, the other reason why the mastery of self was one of my favorite is
drink
because
responsibly. Sorry.
Sorry.
I might not be, but
oh shit.
I guess I am. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Christy. Mastery of self was super cool, is because when you getting to know yourself is empowering for you.
But it's so important.
Like, and it's something that is everlasting.
Yes.
It's one of those things that, like, can go on and on and on and on and on. It's a journey that doesn't end, but you're okay with that because you get to this new...
This is the journey that doesn't end. I'm sorry. I was singing that this morning.
So you go through this process.
Yep.
And you get to this point where you're like, oh my goodness, I get it now. And it's wonderful and it's beautiful. And you're working in that new awareness. And then it's like, oh wait, what's this? And honestly, it gives you hope when you're like, I'm done with this. It's like, no, we're just in the middle of learning a new lesson about who we are while we're here.
Everything is a lesson.
It's just one of my favorite topics in general. I love helping people with their self mastery. I'm like working on mine.
So remember when I met with you, and I think it was like a session where we were working with the pendulum, and I said, my pendulum doesn't move like yours. Like, what am I doing wrong? So I will say that as far as like mastery of self, it comes down to just trusting, fully trusting yourself. And I recall, like, in the beginning when I finally decided, okay, I'm going to stop running, I'm just going to open myself up, I realized that I wasn't fully trusting myself, which is why I was like, well, I don't understand. My pendulum's not moving like yours. What am I doing wrong? Because I wasn't fully trusting myself. But so the mastery of self, the one thing that has helped me to understand that better is meditation. Just spending time with me.
Yes.
And I always talk about this, but like during my meditation, this happens like just in my mind where I'm peeling back the layers. I know I keep doing this.
Right, just okay. I'm peeling with your hands.
Right, I do. I'm peeling back the layers of who I am, and as I'm peeling back layers, I'm kind of like surveying the space. Like, okay, is there anything that we need to cover in this layer? Oh, Christy, you never got over this. And so I said, okay, well, let's tackle that.
Like Devette said, She said, my pendulum stays in my bra. She's girlfriend number 2.
Hey, that's how it should be. Girlfriend number 2, because you know you can rely on her. But see, now I trust myself. I had, like, before I was not in that position where I trusted myself.
Hey, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen. Which one?
Carmen, my friend. You know Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
She just came on.
All right, so that was number 2 for you, right?
That was my number 1.
Oh, mastery of self was your number 1.
Yep.
So I'm doing number 1 now. Okay, I'm doing number 1. My number 1. Oh, sex.
I know. I can't believe. I was like, I'm waiting for this. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I was going to say something outside of sex, but no. I am not afraid to admit, and I think that's another thing, too, is that for whatever reason, I feel like society has made us feel as women that it is not.
Hey, ladies.
Hey. Like, I feel like society made it feel like women we can't enjoy sex. But you can. Like, I know I do.
As a sovereign being,
right,
with authority over my systems, the way my shit is set up, I think it's one of the best parts of being human.
Right, and I feel like that is a topic that we don't talk about enough. Because as women, I'm sure there are a lot of things that we want to be able to talk about and share, especially with our partners, but for whatever reason, we are told that we have to take it. Like, I remember, and I'm not going to say who this came from, but I remember being told, once you are married, your husband may want to have sex when you don't want to have sex. But you have sex. And I'm looking at this person like, really? Really?
Okay.
So, I mean, again...
so let me ask you a question then. What would be your lesson to your daughter? Like, if you were having this same type of conversation with Kai, like about, okay, you're getting married, or, you know, what would you tell her?
Communicate your true feelings. Because there are going to be times when you don't want to be intimate with your partner. And I think that is perfectly okay.
Okay, see, that's interesting. I get that. But
communicate, you know? I feel like
I would say, like, communicate, and also the communication will lead to a conversation where you're like, but you can get me there. And like, it's not like, oh, you just came and you're ready to go, and right. And it's like, hey, how you doing? But, you know, like, you know,
what are you bringing to the table?
When you love somebody and you're connected to them. So to me, if your guy is, you know, pursuing you and you are not halfway in the mood, even thinking about it, and he's like this, that's not even about me. Because we're not even connected right now. That's just, you know, you got a horny mood. And that's cool. That we can handle that too. But you got to understand, if I'm no place near that and you thinking you're just about to jam all up in me, like, no.
But
like,
you can get me there.
But you can get me there, right? You know what I mean? But that to me it's a miscommunication. Right. It's like motherfucker, you should know. It's like, she not there yet, but I know I can get her ass there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not jump on it.
Right.
And the same with us. If it's like, if you know your partner's not feeling it and you going to him like, what's up? Don't worry, I'll get you there. Wait, don't worry though. I know I can get you there. But I think oftentimes empowering men, or, you know, our partners, whatever, you know, to know that, like, it's not that I don't want you, it's just that I'm not in that space right this moment. But you can get me there because, you know, we together. Shit.
Yep. That is true. All right, so that was my number 1. And did you share your number 1?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Hold on.
So we are looking at episode
Season
number 2.
2.
Season 2. All right. Ooh.
Right? Sure. You just because we got married don't mean you get total access to my
So my partner now, that's not a problem. Before, like in my previous relationships, that was a problem. But now it's like, well, you know how to get me there. So that's not even an issue. But I was in situations where I was like, I really don't. Because by the time I get myself ready and prepared for you, it will be over. So I'm like, why even try? You think I'm playing? Why even try? All right. So I need to fix this. I'll do this later. All right. So season 2.
Okay.
Season 2, we have 23 episodes.
This is episode 23.
This is episode 23.
Okay. So, what's your number 3 from season 2?
Ooh. Shit. My number 3. Ooh, I know what that is. My number 3. I'll say dealing with conflict.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 3.
Where's your glass?
So, right here. So, dealing with conflict, but dealing with conflict, that's something that we need, that's something that we need to be equipped with, regardless of being spiritual, not being spiritual. As humans and in this existence, we are going to have conflict. And so I think it's important for us to know how to deal with it. Because, again, I always tell people it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. And dealing with conflict, especially now, like in this space, I realize it's like, well, do I really want to give my energy there? I really don't. Or I really don't have any energy to give you. So I really don't. That would be my number 3.
Okay. Let's see.
Because honestly, again, it's because when you think about conflict, I think of an exchange of energy. I don't have any to give you. So I'm gonna.
And I just remember when we were talking about dealing with conflict. Part of in my work on myself, some of that shadow work is I realized that I would deal with a lot of bullshit because I don't like conflict until I got time, and it's not a good thing because by then this water has been boiling for a long time, and now instead of just making a little whistle sound, this heifer is blowing up the kitchen.
A tornado. Hurricane.
So, but that's not, you know what I mean? So I like working through that. That's something I realized by myself. Like dealing with that, I can't look at everything because I would look at conflict as war. Like conflict, I mean,
and
like,
I think I look at conflict as opportunity.
Right. So that's why I'm like, that was something I'm like, that's not necessarily what it is. You see it
so
like that because that's some trauma that you're carrying with yourself that you're wearing as an armor of protection. So anyway, girl, right, when that blood boil, it's a whole wrap. I mean, it's ooh, I'm like, I can't speak for the other people, but these blackouts. Okay, anyway,
and I can get there. And that's another thing too. Like I can.
But see, my thing is, we don't have to get there. If I was being an adult and I was being mature, no, I'm like real talk. I'm keeping it. I hold myself accountable. If I was in a space where I was able to manage my emotions and be honest with myself about who I was and how I was feeling, and understand that I needed to stand in my truth, there would be no need for the blood to boil because I was in a position in a space where I felt safe to be vulnerable and share that. And like it is what it is. And even if I didn't feel safe, I just wasn't even at a space where I felt like I was worthy enough to say out loud what I was feeling. So I felt like I had to kind of, lower and bow to their feelings first.
Right.
And no, in this space and who I am today, I totally understand. You choose you first at the expense of everything else. And it's not. And I'm not choosing like, because I want to hurt you, so I'm gonna choose me. It's a true and honest. And sometimes in choosing yourself, that means that you're also choosing that person. You know what I mean? Like we got to be honest with who we are and where we are at that time. So I just, yeah. So I got you on the conflict. Okay. So my number 3 would be, child. Main character energy.
Oh, that was good.
So I love this one because
okay, I'm gonna do that's a tie for me.
Yeah. So, but that was my number 3.
Yeah, that's good. No, you're number 2. Oh, you're number 3.
Yeah, you started this time. That was my number 3.
That was your 3. That's my 2.
Okay. Her main character energy for me. Again, to me, I love the empowering shows where we're talking about. And the big takeaway for me is just thinking about if I am the writer, the producer, the EP, the screenwriter, the animator, the director, the cameraman, the dolly grip, whatever, in this story of my life,
Yeah.
I have complete control over
Actually, I
it.
have another two. I have a new two.
I got a new too. I mean,
new
just
too.
knowing, to me, there's a powerful message of being able
main
to
character
manifest
energy
your
is,
life.
main character energy.
You have to put yourself first.
Right,
in
but
that
I think it also gives people a different like visualization or an understanding like, okay, this is what main character energy is. Because when you talk about spirituality, I think a lot of stuff goes over people's heads. Mm-hmm. But if you give people something that they can actually understand and they can relate to, like a main character, ooh, okay, Superman, ooh, okay, Wonder Woman, I am that main character. I can, yeah. I did really like that episode.
Yeah.
That was a good episode. Very empowering.
Yeah, I like that one. So what's your two?
So my number 2 is finding you're happy when life feels crappy. Because I also think, and the reason why I'm saying 2 is because I think in this space you feel like you're supposed to be happy all the time. You're supposed to be upbeat all the time. You're supposed to be high vibing all the time. Everything is supposed to be, again, this goes into the whole toxic positivity.
Oh,
but it's
that's on next episode.
But it's like everyone,
toxic positivity.
You think because you're spiritual that you can't have emotions, or you can't be sad, or you can't be angry, or you can't cuss someone out. Shit, we are human.
And I cusses.
I do too. I mean, I'm usually until someone pushes me there, I will. And if it's someone, if it's something that happens to someone else, I'll react. If it's to me, I'm like, oh, it's fine.
Totally fine.
But if it were to be Mia or I'd be like, what the fuck did you say?
I feel
you want to
so
say
bad
it too?
sometimes. Christy would tell me something. I'm like, so we rolling? And Christy's like, I'm sharing. I'm like, I'm sorry. Because, we have to be careful about
She's like, give me the address.
Right. Look, I'm like, we have to be careful about jumping to fix our friends, like our loved ones. Like, we want to help and fix. It's like sometimes we just need to shut the hell up. And I just talked about this. Like, we need to, it's not about you. It's just like, just be a space, a sacred space for me to come and speak.
Hold space for me.
But when we dealing with you like, what? Oh, okay.
What's the address again?
Uh-huh. So I'm on my way. Matter of fact, don't worry, just sit your ass there.
And the thing is that I'm not like that. I'm not that type of person. But when it happens to someone that I care about, I'm like, so what?
We have to be,
I almost got in a fight with the old woman.
We need to remind each other for real, to be protective of ourselves like that. Like, love on me like that. Love on yourself like that. And that doesn't mean take it away from being able to, like, we are infinite beings. My ability to love is unlimited. It doesn't take away from my ability to love when I pour into somebody else. That all that does is it's like stretching a muscle, like training. As I love and put out more love, that allows me to love myself more. Yeah. It's just because the love capacity grows. That's the problem. It's like I only have so much to give or so much to receive. You're unlimited.
Before you try to fill someone else's cup, make sure your cup is filled, sis. And I think that's important too. And also, like, we talk about this in many of our episodes. It starts with you. So instead of seeking outside of yourself and looking for happiness, seek happiness in yourself.
That's right. Bree so ready. Exactly.
Bree so ready.
When we're staying in our line, it's hard to stay in your lane when we love someone because we don't see it as I'm interfering.
We want to fix it.
Yes.
We always want, or we think we want what is best for our, for people that we love.
Yep.
Even if that requires you to beat up an old woman.
We have so much to, and that's the other thing when we think about, and this is why when we think of ourselves as limited, like I only have so much to give or so much to receive or I only deserve so much. When someone tells us that because of X, Y, and Z, that this is only what you're able to receive. Let me tell y'all something. I don't believe these fucking goofies. Yes, I'm from Chicago. That's how we talk. Look, don't believe these motherfucking goofies when they tell you that you can only be so much. You can only achieve so much because of your station and like that. That's false flag. False news. Fake news.
Fake news.
That's the fake news, y'all.
Alternative facts.
Alternative facts. At the end of the day, we are limitless. So when we believe that what we have to give or receive is limitless, is limited, that informs how we make decisions about
absolutely.
our life. Because we only allow ourselves to go so far. Only what they told us. It's like, I just want to be, this. We have something to aspire to because they want to give you the box. Like you say, I want to get to the top of that box.
And religion does that too.
And all we're saying is, fuck that damn box.
Everything keeps us in a box.
It's like your box, your ability and what you can create has nothing to do with this box. That's somebody else's manifestation. That's somebody else's what they created. Let them play in their shit.
But that box is a form of control.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hey, Forever Rising.
Hey, Forever Rising.
I'm looking at oh, I do need to charge my phone. It's about to die.
Uh-oh. How are you? She said 2%. 2%.
I walk up there every once in a while and say hi.
Okay, so we're
false advertisement, right? Shoot. Okay, sorry.
So we're at number 1, right? I think we're number 1.
Okay, so you're first. Go first. What's your number 1?
Okay, so my number 1. I think you guys know. Maybe not. Power of choice.
Ooh.
Power of choice. That whole concept, the fact. And again, power of choice means that you are a sovereign being. And so when you are pushed into a corner, a lot of people think, oh, well, I don't have any other choice. No, you actually do have a choice. You have a choice.
Baby, wait a minute, hold on. While you guys are on, Devette, Forever Rising, Rose, Brees already, any of you guys, let us know what your favorite episode, if you feel like sharing with us, and we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Keep in mind there's also a delay.
Yes,
a great delay.
So we'll wait for you. False advertising. Okay, sorry. So let us know what you guys thank you. Let us know what if there's something you want to talk about. Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite episodes.
My favorite Power of Choice.
So that's your number 1.
That's
season
my
2.
number 1.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I would say my favorite from season 2, Divine Feminine. That was episode 8.
That was good. Yeah, that was good.
And the reason is because I feel like the Divine Feminine is... there's an ascension of the Divine Feminine energy.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, the universe, you guys, real talk, will always seek balance, no matter what's going on. So for a very long time, there has been we've been skewed, to the divine masculine energy, and we're always striving
single
for
mothers
harmony.
being like independent.
Yes,
you don't need any children. You just need to work and build a career.
And honestly, like that energy affects all of us in a way. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the universe always seeks balance. That's just what that's just what they're here for. Yeah. That's what it's natural law, right? So some may feel like the divine feminine energy is coming in very strong. It's because, again, how it's almost like how high I go, I gotta go lower. That energy affects all. Okay, she's checking sound.
Sorry.
That the higher that energy goes, that spike, we have to go down here in order to bring it to a balanced place. So there is a definite and certain rise of feminine energy right now. So I like that episode because it's so timely. And, we forget that as women, before things changed, that, we were the priestesses. We were the ones who were closest to spirit and to energy, and we're showing and giving and teaching and leading our communities and our tribes and our people. Because at the end of the day, I know I love the gentlemen. Yes. Anyway, sorry.
But we give life. We birth. Like we are the.
We have sort like.
We create.
Look, I don't know how to explain this, but at the end of the day, we create. We have the ability to create.
And that's
have
something.
The void in our body. Yeah. Now we need that divine masculine energy. But we hold that, we nurture that, and girl, I'm just going.
That was a good episode. That actually was a good episode, and like the whole feminine piece. I wouldn't say that's been an area that I have issues with, but I'm not a girly girl. I try. I really do try.
Yes,
but I'm not
get that baby right. Tell your son, honey.
Yes.
That he can manifest in that tang. Okay, sorry.
Yes, no, and I think it's especially important to teach your children that. Yeah, these children, you think the millennials are on something, but I'll
go up there and check every once in a while. My phone died. Yeah, I'm so terrible with the phone. Like half the time, I never know where my phone is. Fuck these damn phones. Look, I'm trying to experience
Mia's
life.
like, you send me messages telepathically.
Right. Open up. Listen, I got something to say. I heard you.
Yeah.
How long we at? Oh, girl, it's fine. We're good.
Yeah, we're a little over an hour now. But that was actually a good episode, the Divine Feminine, because I feel like that was an area that I needed to tap into. Mm-hmm. And to just, like, even during the full moon, like, there are some rituals that I will do, like a goddess bath. I made some oil for myself with rosebuds, and it's like was infused during the full moon. And whenever the full moon comes, I use it and I anoint myself with it. And that's like a time for me to put on music and put on something that feels good and sexy and just acknowledge like who I am and what I am. The stretch marks, the flaws, like all of those things, and just like appreciate the feminine, like the feminine body, the feminine essence, the divine feminine, all of that. Just really take time to appreciate it, because I don't. Like, I'm always, I feel like again, you have that masculine energy that we've been programmed,
that we've been nurturing. Right. We've been nurturing the masculine energy. As a collective. Mm-hmm. And that's the ambition, the goal, the fire, the action. But we need to do both. We need to reflect. We need to sit down. We need isolation. Rest. We need silence. We need connecting with our guides, and that is that moon, that quiet, that silence, that there's the water.
Oh, you're the moon, I'm the sun.
We need both. Exactly. And we need, because there's harmony in the universe. No matter what you are doing, it is always going to seek harmony. So that's why I think even when we look at what's happening with our weather, or with some of the natural disasters, Gaia is going to seek harmony, right?
Sorry.
I think there's going to be a lot more of it. It's like, you did me wrong. I provided resources. I provided the opportunity for so much, for growth, for change, for cycle, and we take advantage, and we hurt, and we don't respect what it is that we've been given in the area that we chose to be in this lifetime,
and then treated like shit. Yeah, we don't care for it.
And we're gonna see more of the guy is just like, I'm okay.
Not on my watch.
You don't think your little chemtrail?
Not on my watch.
Like, oh, you think your little chemtrail is gonna stop me? Let me show you who I am. And so, and when we look at ourselves as separate, as not a one being, we can throw shit on the ground and disrespect the resources that we have to us, because we don't see that we're a part of that. And we can say, oh, look, all the bad people just need to go to hell in jail, because we have detached ourselves from that. We don't think that they're a part of. At the end of the day, we're all a source. Yep. We are all splinters of lights and manifestations of source. And so that means that killer is your brother. That is source.
He might just be over to the,
manifesting itself to show and experience and be something. Right. To see what I can become and how to feel. And we all, so when we talk about free will, and we talked about this before too, like,
do we have an episode on free will?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know
we've talked about it.
We've talked about it.
But when we think about free will, you guys, we talk about how a lot of people say we don't have free will in society. Let me tell you what we do have free will over: our energy, our bodies. Because y'all don't understand, this is
how you react.
Temporary. This is fun. We're on vacation.
Yep. And how you react, and that's another thing too. Like, there are a lot of people that are walking around, and they will react out of fear. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I said that I would never do. Like, I'm not going to react out of fear. But yeah, we have free will.
Oh, okay. One of the favorite episodes was You Woke, Now What?
Yes, that was actually a good one too. Like, okay.
The vet said, I can relate on so many levels with episode 18, as well as the fact that the real meaning behind woke not being the mainstream acceptable definition, right? Facts.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Can you swipe that thing up? I think it's us recording.
Swipe it up, or?
Yeah, swipe it up. There we go. Another one came up. It's okay.
Oh. Am I oops?
It's my calendar.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
No, that was actually a really good episode. I mean, but I think we should maybe talk about free will.
Mm-hmm. We don't have one. Okay.
No, but I also do feel like free will is, again, connected to power of choice. It is. I mean, and maybe free will is like part 2 of power of choice.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
Because I think that's a lot of people don't think that they have choices, when in actuality you do.
You got a bunch.
You have a ton. But
let me see her before.
This reminiscing has been great.
How you feeling?
I feel good. And I'm really excited for what's to come with the Queens.
Me too. I thoroughly enjoy this. I enjoy.
Wednesdays are my favorite days.
When I say we really enjoy the feedback, the questions, the DMs, like for real.
And you are actually really good at responding, because sometimes I forget, like, oh shit, I posted.
Yeah, no, you're really good about posting. I'll respond. Like, you know how you gotta know yourself. When I know myself, I'm like, okay, I'll go and respond and do. But I mean, I enjoy that so much.
I do too.
So we like it. Keep hitting us up.
And then people asking questions. Like, I really wish someone was available for me to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying? Oh,
Free will feels like it goes hand in hand with co-creating our realities. Cheers. Absolutely.
Yes.
I said, yes, we always have a choice. Yes, we do. Absolutely.
We do. And I think society, no, I don't think, but I think, no, I don't think.
No, I don't think, but I think. Wait.
But society trains us.
I said.
Right.
I remember.
But society trains us or programs us to believe that we don't have choices. And so that's the piece that I really like about free will and power of choice, because it educates us, or it helps to empower us to know that you actually do have a decision. You have a choice. You feel like you don't, but you actually do have a choice.
So we'll do our crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Different this week.
Yeah, we're going to do it different. So we're going to talk about what are the crystals we're wearing today.
Where does your spirituality teachings come from? Got a question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Conditioning stifles creativity. Sure it does. Excuse me. Forever Rising Rose, where does your spirituality teachings come from? Okay. I'll go first.
Okay. Brantley's coming back up.
Pardon me?
Brantley's coming back up.
Okay. Teachings. I would say there's a difference. The awakening.
I feel like that teaches you.
Yeah, the awakening for I need to start asking some questions started with trauma and me just understanding something's not right. And I'm literally about to post this on my IG page where I just I'm gonna tell y'all where I was, what happened 4 years ago, and why I'm here. And a lot of it was put on by trauma. It's just I need to understand. I don't even know who the hell I am. I feel like I'm here. And I say this all the time. I'm here, but I'm not of this place. And something's wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Like what's going on, or I feel off. So what that invoked for me, and also understanding the things that I thought were something that made me intelligent. It finally clicked everybody can't do this. Everybody is not awakened to what they can do for themselves. And so what you've been shown over time and what you can see is for a reason. So with the questioning started in the exploration. And if I'm honestly, I started with and trying to interpret the Bible and understand on a deeper level what exactly, instead of someone telling me,
right? Yep.
I'm like, let me just dive a little deeper. Then I started me looking into Gnostic, some of those are Gnostic books and things that aren't out in the open, and then then when I learned that I have that we're always connected to source and we have a purpose, and that I think the biggest thing was chose to be here. Mm-hmm. And then I went to some masters. I went, I like healers need healers, and it was a healer who said, "Sorry, oh my God, Brantley just walked in." Oh Jesus Christ! Well, I got a bell around my cat's neck. Brantley came. He snuck me up, but. So then I started looking at different religions and different theologies.
Here. Come here.
And understanding. So I looked at Judaism, Kabbalism. I looked at Buddhism. I mean, like so many different areas and realms and thoughts and philosophies.
At one point. Come here, Brantley.
Again, because it's a search for self. Then I got certified, and I worked with some healers, and there was a healer who was just like, do you know what you're supposed to be doing? And I'm like, that's why I'm talking to you. Help!
You're supposed to tell me.
And she put me on game. Of course, I didn't believe her. Like, girl, I'm not the one. I have some other dreams and ambitions, but life has brought me to this place. So I got certified as a coach. I go to people like my Reiki trainer. I can literally trace back the 11th generation from my Reiki trainer from when it was brought over to the States from Japan. Mm-hmm. Like who he taught. So I went to masters, and then at the end of the day when I started to trust myself and I started being able to channel, they straight told me this is my truth. I'm not saying this for everybody else. If you don't believe it, that's on you. I don't really give a shit. But what I'm saying is, my truth is that once I accepted who I was and why I was here, or even accepted that there's something more to me than just what somebody else is trying to tell me, mm-hmm. and then I started to download and receive and channel messages, not only for myself, but for other people.
Yep.
That has been my greatest teacher. When I start putting together the puzzle pieces, this is why this happened, this is why this happened, to bring you to this place. So that has been my master teacher, but every life experience and where I've gone to, but anything that I've gone to go get certified for or taught is coming to my life for a reason. And it's always been exactly what they told me I needed to do.
Yep.
Cheers.
I agree with that.
What would you say?
So, honestly, I will say that getting readings or meeting with like spiritual mentors, mm-hmm. they help to confirm what I was told, which confirmed what I knew. Right. Yeah. And so I will say that that's kind of, and then of course there are books out there, but I think the one thing that we have to understand with spirituality is that it's not cookie cutter. Yes. Christianity is this box. Like, you have to accomplish 1 and 2 and 3. Spirituality is not that, because you are learning to embrace not only the good part of you, but you're learning to embrace the bad part of you. And
the shadow.
Exactly.
The part we don't want to accept.
Right. And so religion doesn't necessarily teach you that. And that was, so at one point I was Buddhist. And I remember like being Buddhist is like, oh, well, Buddhists are always happy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, why? Why are Buddhists always happy? I was that person that always asked questions. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I would be chanting to my Buddha, I started to, like, I was asking questions like, okay, so how am I building a relationship with this piece of paper? How are you helped? Like, I was not connected to this piece of paper. And so I had some Christianity hurt. So I went from Christianity to Buddhism, and then from Buddhism back to Christianity, and then now I am.
Oh! First, you already know. Y'all don't understand how much I love I am.
I am. But I think, like, as you start to know yourself, and as you start, because again, mm-hmm. we are part of Source, and so as you start to connect to Source, you will get your answers.
like you said, it's an individual journey.
Yeah, it is
like,
an individual journey. Yeah.
And I think when we try to force ourselves into doing it the way that somebody else has done it, we're doing ourselves a disservice.
Absolutely.
So, when we work with people, we are very much so about empowering them on their journey. Not empowering you to walk my journey. I'm listening to the guys and I'm being channeled through like, what's your journey? Not how do I recreate my journey for them.
Right.
That's doing a disservice to people.
Right.
That's me telling you that you didn't write this, that you didn't create this. I'm just waking you up. Hey,
because again, everyone has a purpose.
Yes.
And I think that's important.
And when you're the main character in your story, everybody else is support.
Yep. And there's a season. Sometimes there are like, you have a character that, or like a second character that only comes in like chapter 1 through 3, and then you have some characters that are chapter 1 through 20. You have some characters that are 1 through 12. There are people that are in your life for a reason and for a season, but for a purpose. Like it all comes together for a purpose. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna do our. Wait. Y'all know I'm fofo. It means I'm hot.
Which means nothing. Oh yeah, she is hot.
I'm hot.
She's coming in hot.
I'm coming in. Woo-hoo. Right, Brantley?
Brantley, get down.
Oh, that feels so good. Okay. So instead of doing a crystal of the week, what are we doing this week?
So we're going to talk about what are the crystals we currently have on ourselves now. What are we wearing?
Oh, yes.
So I have some moonstone. I have selenite. I have green aventurine. And I have some jade.
Ooh. Right now, what I'm wearing...
Moonstone.
I got some moonstone. This is opalite.
Oh, that's opalite.
Mm-hmm. I got this opalite necklace.
Really
now, this is...
Actually, I have some opalite.
I love this. I got this in Morocco at an antique store. It called to me. I felt like I was like, oh, hey, sis. I got this. This is a moonstone.
That's moonstone.
I love moonstone. So y'all know I'm a Cancer. Moonstone is with the Cancer because, where our planet is the moon. I love a good moonstone. It's my season. So, and I also have this on. I got...
She's not trying to curse you guys
I promise you I'm not. Like, let me do it like this. This one. And I have some clear quartz...
I saw those. Those are cute.
Earrings. I got these two from Lotus Den, and I got this one. Oh God, I wish I could remember the name of the crystal shop. When we were in St. Louis, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have that.
That was nice.
And so I'm wearing moonstone. Like I said, it's Cancer season. I'm a Cancer, so I'm connected to my vibe.
And I'm connected to the sun.
And I love the moon. We just had the moon is waning now. We were in full moon season.
Yep.
And I feel good. I love... Moonstone helps balance me. Helps remind me to stay balanced.
Yeah, and that's actually the crystal that we use for Divine Feminine, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm right, you guys.
Do we have a takeaway today?
Yeah, go back and listen to your favorite episodes.
Yes, listen to your favorite or let us know what your favorite episode is.
Let us know what your favorite episodes are. DM us.
We'll post something.
Text us. We'll post, you know what I mean? Like,
we'll post
put up a question.
Yeah. Is there any type of word? Acknowledge and accept all sides of your shadow.
Yes, of yourself. Wait, let me see before we hang up. Let me see. Moonstone are fabulous. My son loves talking about. Okay, girl, your son, you getting him ready, baby. What? Get it
I
together.
wish I knew. I feel like my forehead is like shiny.
It's that wine, right? Girl, no, I've been over here. Look, I'm like, leave me alone. Y'all know how it is. Okay. Oh, opalite. Okay.
Opalite is good, yeah. I have it in one of my little drawers.
Ooh, the moon summons me, girl. Darn it! I have a place. The whole reason the place that I live in is because of my view of the moon. Like I was like, I need to get this specific place. I was very serious. Here, go to your. What's the? Wait, sorry.
Are you trying to like?
Yes, search.
Am I going?
No, give me your crystal Bible. Do you have it? Because I want to share a little bit about opalite. Somebody just asked.
Yeah.
So for me, opalite is a man-made crystal, right? And, wait, hold on. Y'all need y'all to understand. Christie's puppy is in heat. And when I say this baby, y'all know the sideways side leg. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The way that he is sideways side legging his little baby panda bear is inappropriate. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, sorry. I want to give some facts about opalite. You know. Damn, I don't know. So you guys, the other thing that I would love that we always ask is are there any questions that you guys have? Is there anything that you want us to talk about? Is there a topic you want us to explore a little bit deeper? We love hearing from you guys. Okay, so opalite. The element that it represents is water. Now, a lot of stones are connected to chakras, to a specific chakra. Opalite is a stone that can work with all chakras. So that's another reason I love it again. For me, it's about creating balance, and the phase that I've gone through is just like the eclipse season, like especially with lunar eclipses, they hit me a little different. Yeah, I'm a Cancer. My rising is Libra. I'm very into the moon. That's my girl. So this time, because I'm entering a new cycle, has been different. So for me, moonstone and opalite help with balance. Okay. It helps bring in angelic energy, and I'm always, especially lately, calling in my protectors.
Always.
For real. It will also, during this time, helps kind of bring up or talk about, it helps you become aware and conscious of your own emotions and what it is that you're going through. And I love the energy of this one. I will tell you this: when you're going through something intense emotionally, opalite will just magnify that. So it can. If you're not ready to be intense with your emotions and really get into it, don't do this. Look, I'm like, don't do that. So it's the white precious opal. That's what we're talking about. I said opalite because there's actually a difference. This is opal. Because there's a difference. Oh wait, and I have another. You know what? I didn't even realize I had an opal ring on. I changed it. It's in my purse. Okay. And then for physically, I have to look at the book here. Physically, it helps strengthen your skin, your hair, and your fingernails. And it's useful for working with skin disorders, including eczema, psoriasis, and rosacea. Is that how you say that? Mm-hmm. Okay. And it can also be used to counter hair loss. Oh, look at him. Go home. Let me tell y'all something. Brandley's side action is top notch. Chrissy, you gonna get him some? Because why you got that baby suffering like that? Wait, this the part though.
He had like two pumps.
The part that gets me is when he stops and just like he falls out. Like, what just happened?
Like he did something.
Okay.
I've done that.
It helps to counter hair loss, fingernail growth. Okay. I love this affirmation. I become aware of my emotions and their sources, and I release them into the light. Okay? So, though you'll have it. So that's been my vibe for a while.
Opal?
Yeah, opal and moonstone. I like that. The milky, fiery, gold, silver, and like with rainbow, especially with rainbow moonstone, it's really, a labradorite. And so it's like, oh my God, look at this, how beautiful. Look, yeah, I really wish that you guys see like the color on this, like the fire on this. It just, even this one, you see.
Fire! This one you got in St. Louis?
This one I got in St. Louis.
That one is nice.
Right? It's sexy.
It's super pretty.
And I have clear quartz on my earrings. You know, clear quartz is the mother crystal. I mean, like
it amplifies.
Yes, it's an amplifier, and it's honestly the master mother healer. If someone is new to learning and engaging and loving and working with crystals, I always suggest a clear quartz first.
Yeah.
Just start there, and then when you open up, you'll be guided to the rest of it.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, wait. Let me go through it, and then we can.
We're about to end,
out.
guys. We're at an hour and 30.
Yeah.
We said an hour and so.
Or so, right.
Because y'all be like, you said an hour.
Nice condo, Christy. I should stay away from Opal for a minute. She said, okay, so I should stay away from Opal. The vet said, wait, hold on. Okay, let me stay away from that. I feel you, emotional balance. Opal. Sorry, baby. And, all right, well, labradorite too. Ooh, and
Yeah, labradorite is my...
Yes, labradorite. Oh, it's either...
Labradorite?
See, so guys, how do you pronounce it? Lepidolite or lepidolite?
I call it lepidolite. But I think at one point I was lepidolite. I think at one point, because I was thinking about pedolite.
Yeah. Oh.
But I think it's lepidolite.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know.
All right.
Let us know.
You guys, hit us up. We love you. I'm so congratulations to the two Queens and Crystal Things family. It's, honestly, because you guys started listening that we kept recording and we're still here. So let's continue to have some fun. Let's have some fun. You guys can hit us up. Please follow Christy at Christie.r.
Yeah.
At Christy.
Or no.
No. Christy with an IE. R. Edwards on IG. And that's Christy with an IE. R. Edwards. That's her IG profile.
And you can follow me on Wings Unleashed 444.
Wings Unleashed with an ED.
Yeah.
Wings
Unleashed.
We unleashed it, them things.
Unleashed.
Wait a minute, I just realized that I had named that 444 because I knew 44 was important. I knew them 44 and angel numbers was something. I was like, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
See what you do for yourself?
See? Girl, we just lay out the path for ourselves because we created this. I'm walking in my divine story. Oh! Stop.
Ooh, divine story.
Stop it,
yes.
Main character.
Main character energy.
Yes. So we love you guys.
Yes, y'all.
And if there's anything to take away from this, you guys, love on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Put yourself first.
Put yourself first above all. That is not selfish. It is
thank
mandatory.
You for the hearts.
We love. Let us know what you guys think, what you want to talk about. If we should record some more lives of our episodes.
Right.
Let us know. Y'all, we're nimble. We're freedom. We'll move around. We'll change some things up.
Yep.
Okay, you guys. Mwah.
Bye. And again, you can listen to the episode on Friday.
Yes, this will be up on the podcast. Please, whatever platform you're on, send us a rating, share with your friends, spread the word. You guys, let's do this. We love you. Light, peace, love, and soul. Bye bye, guys.